This is Scapegoat at Dreadfest again. This is Bismuth, the mighty Bismuth. We just saw them and it was absolutely insane. It was like, you've got to go check these guys out. So this is a little bio about these guys and just a bit of chat about music, okay?
Cool.
So can we start at the beginning? Like, how did you guys get together? What was the deal? And how did the music start happening?
It's a bit weird actually, because like, I was in a band called Diet Pills and then we finished. And I just put an ad up, it's really boring, but I put an ad up in our practice space saying, you know, looking for a drummer who plays really slowly, and then I guess you saw it.
Yeah. I just replied to it. And like you said, I just the band I was in previously, Spore, they just finished as well, so it was sort of, I guess you could say, good timing.
Yeah. So this is circa era, what are we talking here?
2011?
Yeah, thereabouts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, originally at that meeting, what was the influences that actually spurred you guys on?
Well, I really didn't want anyone else in the band.
You were just going to do it all one man sort of thing, yeah?
Yes, I just wanted two people, because it's much easier. What bands did I put on the flyer? I can't remember.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it was just slow.
You'd sort of, carnate.
How slow can you go?
Carnate, when we met in the pub, we were talking about Byrne in the Club of Gore.
Yeah, and if I recall, we were both wearing the exact same arm t-shirt.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was really oh man, we've turned up wearing the same t-shirt.
That gave it away. It's I guess we're both on the same wavelength.
Yeah, definitely. So what was then the impetus to play slow, kind of even, I can refer to your stuff as even tribal at times. So what was the impetus to play that style of music?
I don't know how to say this without coming across really pretentious.
Well, that's a good start. So,
but I guess I came to loud music quite late.
Mm-hmm.
My background is more drone and ambient stuff.
Okay.
And then kind of, I discovered Sun and Carnate and those kind of bands, and I was like, could do something like that but slower.
There's something interesting going on here. I could add my own flavour to it, sort of thing.
Yeah. How about you?
Well, I'm just not talented enough to play quickly.
Alright.
Well, playing really fast is stressful as well. You don't want that in your
I get
life.
that.
No,
it's just to a lot of real tech drummers.
It's the whole, and same again. I don't want to sound pretentious, alright, but it's the playing as it's an experience whether you want it or not. It's just the punishing, extremely slow, ridiculous volume. You've got to take that in. You can't.
Yeah, at times it's overwhelming.
Exactly. And that's effectively the purpose.
I've got even sets of custom earplugs, and me and my good lady she was standing in front of me, and it was just a stroke of your bass, and it just hit literally everyone in the crowd. It this angular moment of fuck, Jesus, that's
nice.
That's what I like to see. People wincing. That's what's
the worst thing, the worst thing you can do probably is standing in front of that orange,
Jesus.
the orange and matte side, because that is the side that has all of the high ends that
nasty tones.
Just a little sidebar. How many 4x10s did you have there?
I didn't have any 4x10s.
Did you not have any 4x10s?
I had an 8x10, two 2x15s, and two 4x12s.
Jesus H. Fuck. It's a bit much for that tiny ass fucking thing.
Well, and we played it before, but today was the first day where we played with 4 amps.
Yeah.
So when we played here with Aimed on before, it was a struggle getting everything on there then, so we were a bit concerned, weren't we?
But the organisation this year has been outstanding.
Yeah,
it's
been really great festival. Really, Megan has done an excellent job. Sometimes you play some places and it's just a bit all over the place, but it's really good.
But it's definitely passion driven.
Yeah,
exactly.
Definitely.
So, I ask pretty much every band, it's always that easy question, but what's with the band name?
Just thought it sounded cool.
Well,
it's literally just the phonetic sound of it that you're happy with.
Well, it was because of it's the heaviest metal that is slightly radioactive, and it has a half-life of the age of the universe.
Okay.
It decays at that rate, so
this
like
is
it's
a hypothetical
super.
metal sort of
Yeah, super
Nice.
slowly, like kind of. It's not a hypothetical. It exists.
It actually
yeah.
exists. Right,
Yeah,
okay.
it's like an element.
Jesus H. Fuck. All right.
But it's, yeah, we thought it would suit us quite well.
Yeah.
I mean,
what
it
you're
does
playing.
look cool. Like it really.
Yeah, the font
the
text
metal
as well.
looks
You go
amazing.
for it as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, it comes in like the mineral comes in like this cuboid form, and it's like really iridescent, and
is
it looks
awesome.
amazing.
It's
Like
great.
you should look it up.
I definitely will.
Yeah.
I'll put some more research into it, not just a band. So, right, if we're starting at the beginning, how did we actually get to your first release, which is Eternal Marsh?
Yeah, that's right.
Right. So, how did you manage to get to that point? I've spoken to a lot of bands, and normally that's like planting your flag and then carrying on from there.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd agree with that.
It was a bit hard for us because I spent the first 6 months of the band not doing vocals,
Okay.
because it was the first time I've done vocals in a band, and I was too frightened to do it, even in front of Joe.
That's fine, okay.
So I was like, gotta get over this
I mean, it's
thing
just
first.
with it
Yeah,
being
you
the
still
two
go
of
with
us.
the
With it being the two of us, I mean, it's just you know, we just go at the rate that we go at. No one's rushing each other. It just
Yeah.
and I mean, like you said, we basically just the culmination of practicing was. I mean, because we recorded that at the studio, didn't
Yeah, we did with
we?
Quality. Yeah.
We effectively,
Sorry, where was that?
that's
Stuck
Stuck
on
on a
in
Name.
the studios in Nottingham.
but we effectively just practiced that until it was
Good.
kind of good, yeah. And then we basically came out of the practice room into the gig room and got it recorded.
So time periods like from writing them songs or getting the kind of fragments down to actually like,
Playing live.
or no, solidifying it and getting
Um,
it pressed.
Like a year.
Something like that.
Yeah.
wasn't it? It's certainly, in terms of pacing, it's certainly, shall we say, got easier as we go on. Because obviously
We were taking a while to figure out like
Exactly.
how to play together and
you know,
stuff.
and now that's like, I mean, we've nailed that down now. So it's
Yeah.
just a case of rather than, oh, let's see how this goes. It's like I've written this, cool. Right now, I'll drum for it. Or
Yeah.
here are some drums, play some
You can
bass. whatever.
socially work together.
Exactly,
As well,
yeah.
bring new ideas. And
Yeah.
things
Yeah,
like that.
so like, you know, I'll have an idea for a riff and then Joe plays drums, or I'll ask Joe to like play some drums and they'll
Yeah.
just make a riff over
Yeah.
the top.
I mean, likewise, we've both got computers and that. Every now
Yeah.
and then, it's like, oh, here's something I was working on my guitar. Just
Yeah.
drop it down a few octaves and you can put it on
Yeah,
bass. So
Yeah.
It's just.
So you definitely do both the whole like jamming aspect and the whole bedroom aspect. at the
Yeah,
same
yeah. I
time,
mean,
Exactly.
so,
like, because we, like, Joe lives in Derby and I live in Lancaster, so,
Right, okay.
like, it's
It's not always the easiest to get together
No.
to go jam.
But, I mean, conversely, as you've seen, we turned up to practice yesterday for the first time in how long?
3 months.
A long time.
Yeah.
Didn't miss a beat.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that was like one of the most insane shows I've seen in a while. So yeah,
Thank
it
you.
was definitely one of them for me to go and see, and it was an absolute treat.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh,
So,
God.
yeah,
But yeah,
good show.
because we've been, like, playing together for, like, 7 years now, it's
Exactly.
just really easy for us to just get back into, like...
Yeah, you feel where each other's
Yeah.
at and go from
And
there.
I mean, same again, not to like labour the point or anything, but because it is just the two of us, it's like
Yeah.
I don't. There's no outside influence. It's
No.
just one to one basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
and it's also your preferences and things like that. So going forward, then you've got like a split,
Yeah,
and then you've got like a couple of other releases. So
yeah.
how did we get to here? Like, tell me about the evolution of you guys and the gear side of things, tech side, production, all that good stuff.
Well, it kind of, like, it's definitely evolved over time, hasn't it? Mostly, I buy fuzz pedals when I'm depressed, or amps when I'm depressed, so...
I buy violin. I know. Yeah.
So, well, it's kind of like a purposeful thing because I have a very specific, like, guitar tone in my brain that I want to get to.
Mm-hmm.
And because I've been playing a while now, I kind of know what I need to do
Yeah,
to
what kit to make
Yeah.
the thing you want.
Yeah, so I think kind of when we first started, it was quite a lot. We didn't have the POG for a start, did we? Or
yeah, it was certainly it was a lot more
Yeah.
stripped back than it is now.
yeah, it was
Okay.
much more. Like I didn't use an octave pedal, and we only had 2 amps to begin with.
Something like that. Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're doing like real strip back in comparison to
Yeah.
what you're rolling with now.
But, I mean, like you said, if you've got the tone in mind, it's just a case of complimenting it rather than replacing it. So you can just
for
basically
sure.
just keep piling it.
Like it's always kind of well for me, like each amp is a separate thing.
Yeah.
And it's all about the layers for me, and all the layers need to sound different enough to kind of complement each other.
Yeah, but also keep balance at the same time. Definitely.
And then, like, I got that splitter from...
that was a
there's this guy called Ned Clayton who works for Hex Amps.
Okay.
He did, like, Sun's splitters as well.
Nice.
When I got that built, it just gave me a lot more freedom to kind of write the kind of music that I wanted, because I can switch, each amp off and... like have mixtures of all of them. It just makes it a lot more. It's a lot easier to have to deal with, because before, like we got to a stage where I wanted to stop things and I couldn't do it because of the way I was splitting things. So
this is more like an incremental stepping. Every single time it's more like this bit of tech. It might not be right away usable now, but slowly but surely, we're still leading to that same goal.
Yeah.
So that's actually pretty cool.
It's kind of weird though, because I always say for a little while, "Oh, I'm happy now. I won't get anything else," and then something happens.
But also, no doubt, everything is evolving, everything's changing. Gear's being made, and as well as you might see someone else use something. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I never knew you could do that.
The Mr. Black Eterna Gold Shimmer Reverb that I use is...
shimmery number.
Yeah, shimmery guy. I think that was another big change, wasn't it? Because it enabled us to push the high end, which we couldn't really do before. And then kind of recording wise, recording with Chris as well has been a big change as well.
So, who's Kristen? Where is he?
Chris Fielding at Skyhammer Studio.
The Conan boys are absolutely lovely. Got so much time for them.
Yeah, they are nice dudes.
Very nice guys.
And because Chris has seen us a few times, he's very in tune with what we want recording wise. So we don't really need to work very hard to get the sound that we want.
Also, it's kind of an alchemist cave in its own right. So you go in and they're like, "Oh, what buffonery do we have?"
Well, it's quite weird because when we record, we hardly do anything apart from use our own gear.
Pretty much. I mean,
we use the cabs that are there, but in terms of the pedals and stuff, and
I mean, it's such a specific sound, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not something you get away with just kind of half-arsing. You'd have to take all that, to accurately replicate it. You need all that.
But recording takes a while. Well, it doesn't take that long actually. We tend to record albums in 3 days.
That's pretty sharp. I know a lot of folk which take a lot longer than that.
Mostly because that's all we can afford. So needs and necessity. It would be nice if we could. Sometimes spend longer, but
I mean, same again. It is just two of us. It's not like we've got
10 billion guitar overlays or whatever.
We've pretty much just got to nail the drums, nail the bass,
and then vocals.
And then vocals, of course.
So another thing I like to talk about in the kind of big family of music that we're talking about here is that I like to shine the spotlight on the artists and things like that collaborate with the bands to actually get the art art that you do out there. So do you guys do it yourself or do you collaborate with people? Who's that?
We've been quite fortunate that we've worked with some really good people. Tartarus Records in the Netherlands, the Grand Republic in the Netherlands as well, Dreadfest Records in Manchester, and Medusa Crush as well in Canada, and Viral Age Records in Nottingham. For our last release it was quite crazy really, because we had these 4 or 5 labels going, we'll put it out, so they all worked together to put it out, which is a good job.
Was that the split?
The double LP.
The double, right, sorry.
Split wide, At War with a False Nose have put out some of our things in there. putting out our split with Legion of Andromeda.
Nice.
So, which hopefully will be out soon. It's kind of tricky, like waiting for records and stuff. It always takes so long.
And as well as it's one of those mediums that I'm quite happy to wait.
Yeah.
And I say, like, you buy pedals and things like that, I go buy vinyl, so with something that's actually hotly anticipated, I'll wait. I don't need to, like,
and then kind of illustrator-wise, Steve Larder in Nottingham, he's in Moloch, he plays guitar, and then our friend Tara, and then our friend Ross. Do you know Ross?
Maybe. Which Ross?
McKendry. He lives in Glasgow. But yeah, he.
If I know you, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's done. He's doing our new album's artwork at the moment, and it's looking pretty cool.
Well, he did as a poster, didn't he, for the tour?
He did, yeah.
Fantastic.
The tour that we did with Amadon.
Yeah.
Like he did the kind of moon thing.
It was
amazing.
It was really, really good.
Yeah.
Top-notch effort.
Yeah.
But it goes to show that it's like, even though it's not in exactly the same vein as you, artists can collaborate and still make something which is awesome together.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I always like to get a shout out from the band's point of view to kind of point light on that.
It's always good working with other people because it's like a collaborative effort. It's not just about the music, it has to look...
Yeah, you're presenting something to somebody that's going to buy it.
Yeah.
So how do you get that across to them, even though they can't hear what's on the inside?
Exactly.
Yeah. So that leads on perfectly. My next question is more about touring and things like that, because I think that seeing bands is the best way how to consume music. First off. So the thing is, what's the benefits? What have you learned while you've been on the road, or just singular gigs and people who you've toured with? Have you got little bits of info with things like that where you've gone?
Yeah, touring is probably just the best thing about being in a band, apart from moving all the equipment.
Schlepping all the stuff about is the best part.
It's just nice because you get to meet loads of folk basically.
Well, exactly, yeah. And I mean, everyone sort of, everyone's just nice to each other. It's just generally we haven't had I don't think we've ever had a bad gig.
No, we haven't.
It's just super nice.
Yeah, it's just nice to meet people that all want to help each other.
Nth degree, sort of.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because it is one of them things that, I still see it as a collaborative effect of, several people share the same stage.
Yeah.
It needs to work somehow.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's obviously apparent when people are dicks to each other. So, yeah, it is one of them things that's absolutely amazing when everything works out.
Luckily, we've not really ever come across that. All of the people that we tour with, they're usually our friends to begin with. So, it's always worked out really well.
That's, like I said, I can't really think of a bad moment that we've had, to be honest.
We drove up with Moloch today, for example, because we all practice in the same room, so it just makes sense to travel it together.
Exactly.
So what you guys are putting out is also such a high standard, and you guys I've only just met you down in the courtyard, but you're some of the most lovely people ever. It's going so well, no problems or hassles. So I can see why you get the love back as well.
Yeah, it's just nice, kind of. It's such an honour just to play somewhere and then somebody lets you stay in their house even though they don't know you, and it just
Do you know what I mean? That's the easy bit to overlook. It's not like no one owes us anything.
No.
They just offer it. That's great. I mean, it really is. The fact that people are do you want to come and play? I mean, that means someone wants to hear us play.
That's really good for us. We, the fact that people ask us to play places is really nice.
It really is.
So
endless thanks. It solidifies and validates what you're doing at the same time.
Yeah.
So, by the stylistic traits of your personality, I think this question is going to be pretty much void, but I take it, is there any tour antics? Is there anything that's going on which has been a bit insane?
We've had interesting times with drivers in the past, haven't we? with you weren't there in the Netherlands. Like we had.
No, I missed that one.
Yeah.
I was like, yep, no,
yeah, Joe was in America, so we got Henry from Moloch to play just for that incubate run, and our driver he got really drunk, and we had to get he was really bad, and we had to just carry him back to the place we were staying. Like I think people do the partying for us more than
So you're starting to clear it up after them. So
yeah. Like, I quite like sleeping, so yeah, that's my party.
I mean, we've had these. I mean, it's basically the same every tour. As soon as it starts, don't get drunk. You've got a week ahead of you.
Yeah.
Pace yourself, and then within hours, it's like, I can have another beer. I've only had 7.
Well, I mean, I don't drink before I play at all.
Yeah, I tend to do I mean, let's put it this way: if we get beer tokens, they tend to all go to me.
Yeah,
right,
that guy right there.
You got get the odd one.
Yeah, I get the odd one when we finished, but yeah.
Just pack up and the show rolls on. Then.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really think of any we're quite boring, really, aren't we?
Yeah, I can't think. There's nothing in particular. I mean, it's just your typical.
Yeah, typical tour.
Too much beer for too long, like too long in a van, too little sleep. All the great parts of touring.
Yeah, but that's the best way to get to know people as well.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Small, confined quarters.
I did once wake up in this room and I was really confused because there were root vegetables surrounding the beds, in a ceremonial fashion, and I was like, this veg wasn't here last night. And then I woke up and it was here.
They've been delicately placed around you.
Yeah, I don't really know what that was about. So if anybody knows the answer, that would be good.
I'll pass it on quite happily. So the last little bit is that the whole point of this channel is to me to highlight bands which I think deserve the spotlight more than anything. So this is the chance where I'm going to pass over to you guys. And is there any bands that you think need a shout out? So, up and coming good live shows, or just bands in general that you've seen which are just shit hot.
There's a few.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to think.
I'm sorry, I put you on the spot. I know.
Omadon, for sure.
Omadon, definitely.
Yeah, Omadon.
They are vicious.
Yeah, so
mega hails to Omadon. Those guys are great.
Yeah, they're the best dudes, and then just Legion of Andromeda and
Legion of Andromeda, cool. They're good.
I'm just trying to think. It's really bad because after a while you do so many gigs and it all mushes into one big thing. But
I like Opium Lord. They're mates. Shout out to Opium Lord.
Yeah, and then just Colt's Blood and
Colt's Blood.
Colt's Blood.
That's what Black Bow.
Yeah.
Same with Slowmatics.
Those guys as well. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there in the end. We've played with so many good bands. It's kind of hard to remember them all. Really,
But it really is the tip of the spear, right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Really insane. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I guess just Friendship from Japan. They're amazing.
That's a fresh one on me. I'll have to go and check.
They're power violence band, but they use massive stacks. They're so good. They're really great bands.
Well, thank you very much, guys, for coming down.
Thank you.
Some of your time. It's been an absolute honour and a pleasure talking to you.
Thanks for having us.
Tus for giving us your time, and I'll see you in Glasgow at Primitive Man.
Yeah, that'll be a nice time.
We'll catch up.
Cool.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.